O.O.K Farms is the hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Watch our join our multi-purpose farmers cooperative society. We are keen on our members' success. At O.O.K Farms, we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and release of farmlands. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. Our headquarters is located at Dickard House, Ring Road, Ibadan. Contact details are displayed on the screen. Agriculture, our wealth.
Okay, farmers. So what we're talking about today, we're talking about cassava cultivation, or do I say I am farmer sacrifice? They're all in this together. Welcome. Shout out to Olu who will be doing the most with us today. And he's doing the most with us, and he'll be doing the most for us today. On today's episode, he would be our guide. Oh, how amazing! On a summer's guide, we've got a guide that you probably will not be seeing on sin. Run me my check real quick. I've been dropping bars. I've been dropping bars. Oh, you sign me up. Something. Running my check right. Okay, guys, you would only listen to all of this bars that I'll be dropping, some hints. And of course, I'll be telling us about the cassava cultivation. Only you stay with us on OK Families. See, Sack Daily, I got you. Amazing. Stay more.
The existence and survival of the human
Awesome.
race
Thanks
is
for staying
solely
with us.
dependent
All
on
right, I'm back
agriculture.
now. Let's get
O.O.K
right
Farms is the
into it.
hub designed to
Okay, the
cater
very
for
first
all your
step that I'll be
agricultural
talking
needs.
about
We
is the
breathe
basics of
agriculture.
cassava
Watch our
cultivation.
join our
Cassava
multi-purpose
is a
farmers
staple food
cooperative
for
society.
millions
We are
around
keen
the
on
world,
our
whether
members'
in
success.
Nigeria, whether outside
At
Nigeria,
O.O.K
whether
Farms,
in
we provide the right agro
Europe,
insurance.
At O.O.K
America,
Farms, we render services
Africa,
such as contract
Asia, you
farming,
name the
commodity
continent.
branding and export,
We are
as well
all
as
feeding
sales
on
and release of
cassava.
farmlands.
Of course, the way
Our
they
Agribusiness
would
Academy is tailored towards
present it
equipping you
might
through
be
your
a little
journey
bit
in the
different to
agribusiness
you.
industry. Our
And
headquarters
end
is located
results
at
that might
Dickard
differ
House,
from
Ring Road,
continent to
Ibadan.
continent
Contact
versus
details
race
are
versus the
displayed on
person.
the screen.
But trust me,
Agriculture,
cassava
our
is a
wealth.
staple food for millions, or do I say billions? How many billions we got in the world? Somebody said it was 7 point something billion some time ago. So yeah, it probably would have increased by now because people be popping kids almost every now and then. So yeah. Let's just talk about millions around the world, all right? Because some persons might not eat produce from cassava. Do you get it? Thank you. And like I was saying, it's a staple food and is not only a source of nutrition, but also a lifeline for many farming communities. To ensure a bountiful harvest, let's start with the basics. Step one, you need to choose healthy stems of cassava, cuttings from disease-free plant. Okay, so you want to plant your cassava, then you have to choose from a stem that is healthy. Okay, make sure it is healthy and you're cutting from a disease-free plant. Plant them in well-drained soil and about 2 to 4 inches deep. Maintain spacing of at least 2 feet between the cuttings to allow proper growth. Okay, it's not just sourcing the right cassava. It's not just sourcing a cassava that is from a disease-free plant. It is about planting it right at the same time. So you want to find out is that where you want to plant your cassava is well drained, and you are planting it about 2 to 4 inches deep. All right. Get your mind out of the gutters. I mean, cassava in the soil, okay? All right, thank you. All right, and then I said to maintain, a proper spacing. Maintain spacing of at least 2 feet between the cotton to allow proper growth. All right, remember to plant the cottons at an angle to prevent water logging. And speaking of water, provide consistent irrigation during the first few weeks to establish strong roots. Okay, our roots. They'll say, "Oh, do not attach yourself. Do not detach yourself from your roots because it's very important." And it said that a house divided against itself cannot stand. So once you're planting your cassava, make sure that you are doing the right thing for it. Once again, I am going to liken our crops, our plants, to a baby. When you have a baby, you don't just leave the baby and say, "Oh, yeah, I got you now," unless, of course, you don't need the baby and you are not interested in the baby's growth. And I don't think I've ever heard such or seen such. So if you are interested in a child, wanting a child to grow, then you really need to treat your crops, your plants as such. You're planting, you check it from time to time, you water it, you give it the right nutrients it needs, okay? You water it, you use the right fertilizer, you use the right land, and you use the right stem, in this case of cassava. Remember, it says according from disease-free plants. Another one is the growth and the health, nurturing growth and health. As your cassava plants grow, you will need to pay close attention to their nutrition and protection. Do not just leave it there, because some plants might just be infested with some pests and it's going to shorten their lifespan. So yeah, regularly fertilize the plants with well balanced organic fertilizer to ensure optimal growth. Okay, you need to check out mulching around the base of the plant because it helps to retain moisture. Okay, and suppress weed growth. Weed be everywhere. You're trying to grow cassava and a scent leaf is trying to pop up. That's weed. You're trying to grow cassava and a pepper is trying to grow. I don't know if it grows that way, but of course I'm saying that weeds are things you didn't grow and you don't want. They're unwanted and they just grow wherever you do not even see them. Never saw this coming. Never saw this coming. That's how we be. That's how they be addressing the farmers. Like, yeah, you never see me coming. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say now. So check out for weed, and you can do it manually by removing the weed growth, or you can actually do it technically. However you choose, make sure that you are still supporting the growth of your cassava while you try to uproot the weed. Watch out for pests and diseases. Keep a vigilant eye on the plants and promptly address any sign of distress. So you know that your babies cannot grow in a place where there are reptiles that could sting, cannot grow in a place where there are wild animals that could devour them. That's the same attention you should give to your plants. Check out that there are no pests that can actually eat up this crop and not make it grow. Check out that the water would not be weighing more than the plants. And check out for, an environment, like I said. Make sure that you promptly address any sign of distress. Proper spacing and good airflow can help prevent disease spread. Very amazing, and that's it. Okay, just before I continue, let me quickly check out what's going on in my background. I'll be right back.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is the hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Watch our join our multipurpose farmers cooperative society. We are keen on our members' success. At O.O.K Farms, we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity burning and export, as well as sales arrangements of farmlands. Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry.
Our headquarters is located at Dickard House Ring Road, Ibadan. Contact details are displayed on the screen. Agriculture, our wealth.
All right, that's because I had so much of cassava, intake today. I had fatty, like that one that was coming out of the pot. That's why, I could. Welcome, Mr. Farmer's Guide with Sakadeli on O.O.K Fans TV. So yes, we're talking about cassava cultivation just before the break, and I'm glad that I still have you at the other end. So yeah, I already spoke about the basics of cassava cultivation and the nurturing, growth, and the else. Now it's time for harvesting and storage. Okay, I remember back then in school when we were taught agriculture, and the teacher said something about ban, that when the Bible says something about you would give so much and your barn would overflow. Yeah. Or you have a story. No, no, no. Okay, it was referring to that verse in the Bible that not so many persons, would understand. And I don't want to say things that would make anybody misconstrue my statement. So I rather would not mention. But you know that there's a part of the Bible where barn was mentioned. Your barn would overflow. Yeah, and he said something like that, and we all started laughing, like, yeah, we wanted our barn to overflow. We didn't even know that it was a lot of work to be an adult. Anyways, now I am talking about harvesting and the storage. Once your cassava plants reach maturity, once it mature, now this is the real deal. All right, usually around 8 to 12 months, that's when it gets to that peak where you can harvest it. Gently loosen the soil around the base and carefully lift the tuber. You could use a fork to dig, or you could use a shovel around the plant. Taking care not to damage the tuber is very important because If you're going to sell a long tuber of cassava for 20 naira and it's broken while investing, and I just say, it's broken now. This one, are you sure it's not spoiled like this? Because usually it happens like this with tuber of yam. If it's broken, people will like, maybe because it's spoiled or why, is it broken? Some of them would not even want to listen to no story about, or it was German investing that, you broke into. So you need to take extra caution while trying to take this out of the soil. After harvesting, oh my God, remove excess soil and allow the cassava to dry in the sun for a day or two. This reduces the moisture content and extends shelf life. Now that's exactly where you can now put it in your storage after you had harvested and you had sun dry for 2 to 3 days, depending on how much you got the time. And remember that when you're storing your produce, that you really need to have a place. Maybe there's a rug, or maybe there's something that you would have spread on the surface just before you start putting it. Because if you put it just on the surface and you want it to stay on there for a while, it might just go bad. So yeah, you need to take care of that. So the fourth one, which is about the last one, is for you to add value to your cassava. Cassava has incredibly changed. I mean, their substance everywhere is different compared to what it used to be. Some persons before now cannot even tell that this is a cassava leaf. But now it's different because people like that's a cassava leaf. They can tell a cassava stem. They can tell this is a cassava when it's finally harvested. So a lot has changed if you would be truthful to yourself. So from fries to cassava cake, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, one popular dish is cassava fries. All you have to do is to peel the cassava, cut into fry-sized pieces, and deep fry until it is golden brown. They are a delicious and nutritious alternative to regular fries. Now we're not even talking about what you can get from cassava, ranging from gari to fufu to key to a lot. So there's just a lot of possibilities with cassava. So if you are investing your cassava, you need to take good care of it. Take care of it, maintain it, and make sure you are doing the right thing with it. Else, you would just see someone else having the same products that you do, and you probably didn't value. And you begin to, so you got this? How are you able to do this? Another thing is the internet. Now you can use the internet to sell. You just cannot tell. What if a psychedelic farmer needs a cassava and she cannot get it because she be like, oh, I don't know where to get this. And then you take a picture of your cassava. You use the beautiful hashtags on social media and you get buyers. So do not forget that what we spoke about today is cassava cultivation, the uses, how to cultivate your cassava, how to get to plant your cassava, and many more. So you stay tuned. O.O.K Farms will be giving you a lot of education on your farmland, what to do, what not to do, do's and don'ts, like we would always say on here. So just before I leave, let me tell you about some of our products. Okay. This is honey, in case you don't know, and then this is shea butter. Okay, so we can use this for a lot of things. And you know what? It is all okay farms that be selling it, and we don't just sell because we want to make profits. We want to sell because we want to reach one person party. You know what I is? So if you use it and you can tell it's good, you definitely will spread it around. So yeah, value for your money, right? The smell. It's not something you can get elsewhere, bro. It's not. And I'm definitely taking this for myself today because I ran out of the one I was using. So yeah. You see? How nice is that? So this is honey, please. Don't go buying adulterated honey and complicating your own health because you do not know the right source to get it. This is okay, farms honey, and we don't sell adulterated here. We don't do such over here. And then we sell gari, we sell fufu, we sell a lot of amazing things. And of course, we lease land. If you want us to help you with that, do not worry. We do a lot for you, and we can as well do a lot for you. Okay, we're located at Dickett House.